Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. In this episode, we're doing the preview of the game between Mumbai Indians and Rajasthan Royals. It's the first game of the doubleheader on Thursday. Mumbai Indians finally out of Chennai. They're in a new venue now in Delhi. Will this, change the game a bit? Will it allow their big hitters to come into the game and pick up some form? The likes of Pollard and the Pandya brothers haven't been in the greatest of forms. Ishan Kishan as well. Will they adapt and change? Considering that they're in a different ground, different pitch now, it'll be interesting to see. Rajasthan Royals won their last game after they've also lost a few games. So I think similar, they're both on similar points, same points, I think. But going into this game, again, much will depend on this Mumbai middle order. How will they perform? They've got starts from Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav, but they haven't capitalized on plenty of vacations this season. So, will they get enough support? The bowlers have done pretty well, but the batsmen, unfortunately, I haven't got the runs, which is very surprising. This Mumbai Indians team is very solid. They have, strengths everywhere from the top to the bottom. But when 3-4 players are not clicking at one time, it becomes a big issue. And these are big players: Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Pollard. They've all played big roles in the last couple of championship victories. So a bit surprising, but they're just one game away from finding their feet, finding that rhythm, and also finding the boundary basically. For Rajasthan, I think in the last game, Sanju Samson's innings would have been a big positive, because yes, he scored 100 already, but that 40 showed that he has the maturity, he can guide the team, and he's shown that, listen, I need to probably take care of this and lead from the front. And I really enjoyed that innings, even though it was a bit slower. It was according to the situation. He made sure his team went through in a tricky chase. Josh Butler is yet to pick up form. Again, I think he's a world-class player, one of my favorites. I think he can hit the ball anywhere in the ground. His timing is immaculate. His wrist work is just outstanding. He can clear the ground just with his wrist, and it allows him to get a lot of distance on his shots. And he's one player I really want to see and perform. Again, he's coming up against a very difficult Mumbai bowling lineup, who are very accurate, and they will make life difficult for him. But it's Josh Butler. I think he need to find some rhythm and try to get the better of these guys. In the bowling department for Rajasthan, it's been a bit of a worry, hit and miss. I think Sarkaria has been brilliant, outstanding. He's been the find of the season for Rajasthan. But the likes of Morris, Mustafizur have blown hot and cold, even though they've slightly improved. I think they have had some really good games this season, and when they have performed, they've won games. But the problem has been their spinning option. It's been a big issue for Rajasthan. We've been talking about this throughout the season. I think it's time to try Markande. They've tried Gopal Tewati. I think Tewati is more of a batting all-rounder. Even my co-host Abrar mentioned this, and I just feel that in this situation, you need an out-and-out leg spinner. You already have one. Bring him into the team. Try and get wickets. Even if he gets hit, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the other bowlers like Gopal and Tewati have got hit. So if he can pick up wickets in the process, that will make life so much better for Rajasthan. That's what they're missing, I think, spinner. I think Mustafizur has improved from last season. He's played in a few other franchises, but this season he looks a bit more improved. He's looking like his Sunrisers best, when not looking like his best, but some glimpses there, of when he won the championship with Sunrisers, some glimpses there. And I'm sure he will improve as the tournament goes on. Given Chris Morris, I feel he's a natural wicket taker. But the problem has been the spinner. So I really want to see Markande in this team. I think he can really benefit Rajasthan. For this game, it's going to be in Delhi. How the pitch behaves, that's going to be interesting to see. We'll see before the toss, the pitch report. Will it be a bit fresh, the wicket, or will it be the traditional Delhi slow wicket where it's conducive to spin? If it is, then Rahul Chahar will come into play. He's been tossing up the ball, and that's why I feel Rajasthan should play Markande, because Rahul Chahar is also not so experienced. He's recently got an Indian cap, but he's not afraid to toss the ball up. He gets hit, but then he picks up wickets, and it works in Mumbai's favor. So I think he will come into play, especially if the pitch is a bit slower. Bumrah and Bolt, very difficult to get away. They haven't had the greatest of games in a couple of last matches, but I think, again, they also haven't had the runs to play with. If you give them a few extra runs, I think, especially if they're defending, these guys will do a good job. Bowling first as well, I think it'll be difficult to get these guys away. So Rajasthan will need a spectacular performance from the likes of Butler, Samson, because Butler is someone who can attack these bowlers. I think he'll find ways to score runs off them, and he has that talent. It's just a matter of him staying at the crease and making most of it. I think for me the most important part will be how Mumbai finish and end the game, and how Rajasthan finish and end the game, because Rajasthan have known to leak runs towards the death overs, and Mumbai, that's where they capitalize, and with the bowling as well, that's where they capitalize. The death bowling is very accurate. So I think the last 3-4 overs, how do Mumbai's middle order, lower order play? With the bat, will the likes of Pollard and the Pandya brothers get back into form? If not, then Rajasthan have a really good chance. They'll have to keep pecking up wickets, and that's why I want to see a leg spinner in the team. For me, the players to watch out for from Mumbai, it's going to be Hardik Pandya. He's had a very quiet season, very unlike him, uncharacteristic. How does he perform? It'd be very interesting to see for me. And then from Rajasthan Royals is Joss Butler. I really want to see him perform and make the most of his time in the IPL. I think he can right now. He's opening the batting, and he has the ability. Is just staying focused and trying to make as many runs as possible. So these are the players to watch out for. Of course, the likes of Samson, Kishan, these guys are exciting talents. And how does Samson captain against Rohit Sharma, who's a astute captain, who's very successful? That will be also a very exciting kind of matchup. But yeah, I think Mumbai going into this game as favorites for me, just because of the strength on paper, and now they're at a different ground. I think that will help their big hitters. But I think they will be favorites. Rajasthan will need to play out of the skin. Again, their big players have to step up, the likes of Morris, Miller, Butler, and Samson. If they do, then they do have a chance. Otherwise, Mumbai might just run away with this. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and comment with your predictions. Who do you think is going to win this game? And until next time, take care.